Good morning, it's Daniel, and today I am at Disneyland Park to do a rope drop strategy test. I'm going to see how quickly and efficiently I can get through all of the rides in the Fantasyland core. For this strategy, I'm considering the Fantasyland core to include basically everything that is behind the castle, but not the Matterhorn or It's a Small World. There's 10 rides in all. Come along and let's see how I do. It is 7:25 and the turnstiles have already opened. They open those usually around 7:20 to 7:30. And you can get into the park, stroll up and down Main Street, buy coffee, and then I'm making my way up towards the castle where I'm going to find a hopefully prime spot to head straight into Fantasyland. If you are a hotel guest at one of the Disneyland hotels, you actually get 30 minutes early entry into the rides. So follow the signs when you get onto Main Street to find the right place to enter so that you're not waiting in the rope drop queue for 8 a.m. There's a few different prime strategies guests tend to use for rope drop. Let me show them to you real quick so that you know where to stand depending on where you want to head when you're visiting for rope drop. If you're trying to head towards Indiana Jones, then you're going to want to line up closest to Adventureland. To go to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, you're going to want to line up by the entrance to Frontierland. The only entrance that actually goes straight to the queue for Rise of the Resistance at park opening at rope drop is the one closest to Big Thunder. That's the middle of the three entrances. If you're trying to go to Fantasyland, then you're going to want to stand as close to the castle as you can so you can go straight through the main castle entrance. If you're trying to go to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you'll want to line up on the right side of the castle, kind of by the Matterhorn, so that you can go straight up the parade route past Small World into Toontown. If you are trying to go to Space Mountain, then you want to line up as close to Tomorrowland as you can so you can go straight to Space Mountain. I'm going to go try and find myself a prime spot so I can go straight into the castle and straight to Fantasyland. There are different strategies you can use at rope drop depending on what you're trying to maximize. So if you're trying to go on all the big rides, then obviously the strategy I'm going to try and use today for Fantasyland isn't going to be what you want to use. But in general, when we visit Disneyland and are trying to rope drop things, we find the best value for our time out of going on non-lightning lane attractions that tend to have long or slow lines. If you haven't checked it out, we have a video that I'll put up in the corner up there that shows us trying to go on every ride at Disneyland in one day with the help of Genie Plus. So that's a good resource if you're trying to get the most out of your day and go on absolutely everything. I think my strategy for today is going to be to go on Peter Pan first. And that might actually be a little bit of a slow line. That might not be the optimal choice, but I'm still going to do it. I think that that's still going to be my best bet on waiting the least amount of time overall today. They just let us in, so I am walking up towards the castle. Lots of people are going pretty fast. I'm not hustling quite as fast. I'm clearly not the only person with this strategy today. They actually dropped the rope a few minutes early, so it is now actually 8 o'clock exactly. I just got in line for Peter Pan, and it said 20 minutes, and it's not too long, so this is good. I'm one of the first people to get in from the rope drop crowd. Now that I'm in line and it has stopped, I would say that my biggest suggestion is if you're not one of the first people to get in the line from rope drop, then come back to this later because the line's going to stay fairly long all day, and you might as well go on quicker things first and then come back to this when you're going to wait the same amount of time anyway, taking more advantage of the shorter lines in the rest of the park. It's 8:19 and here comes my ship.
Come on everybody, here we go! On to Neverland!
Peter Pan has been accomplished, so I waited 20 minutes for that. That's a pretty good wait time. I don't think I'd want to wait too much more than that at rope drop, otherwise you're giving up too much other opportunity. I am now going to go straight to Dumbo because I can see that that line is really short. It says 5 minutes, it'll probably be even less than that. It is 8:22, so let's get in the line. It's 8:29, I made it on to Lucky Dumbo number 13, a pink one. Here I go. That was fun and easy. I think Alice in Wonderland is going to be the next best choice for making the most of our morning. It's just right after 8:30, so still plenty of time in this early park hours before all the guests arrive and the lines get really long. I'm getting in line right now at 8:33. It says 20, but based on my experience how long the line is, I think it's much shorter than that. It's 8:42. Here I go on Alice in Wonderland. That wasn't a long wait at all. Much shorter than the 20 minutes that it said.
Oh, Mr. Rabbit! Wait! Please! I went this way. No, that way.
Ah! What the heck?
Just got off of Alice and making my way to the Storybook Land boats. It's got a little bit of a line, but it looks like they just pulled out some more boats from the backstage area. So that should make it go pretty quickly. It's 8:47 and I'm now getting in the line. It's a little bit hard to see, but this is a weekend in mid-April and there are lots of mama ducks with baby ducks around. There's a mama duck with two, I'll call them teenager ducks, and then a minute ago, but I wasn't able to get a shot of it, there was a mama duck and she had 7 baby ducklings, and I have never seen a mama duck with that many baby ducklings before. I boarded the Storybook Land boats at 8:58. Here I am, and here we go.
Aladdin bumped into Princess Jasmine at the marketplace and stole her heart. Set of flowers. Kind of like her succulents to your left, which inspired by 1933.
I just got off of the Storybook Land boats. It is 9:05 right now, so that's a good time to kind of take a quick break to evaluate how things have gone. And I have been on a whole bunch of things. I've been on Peter Pan, Dumbo, Alice in Wonderland, Storybook Land boats. Those are the ones that were my prime targets to go on first. I'm making my way now to Casey Jr. I think that's the next best option of rides. And then I'll come back and do the rest of the rides here in Fantasyland. So Mr. Toad, Pinocchio, Snow White, the Carousel, the Teacups. It is 9:07 and I've just gotten in line for Casey Jr. Hopefully it won't take too long. The app does not list a time for it, and there's no posted wait time for the attraction itself. But I'd guess that this is probably a 10 to 15 minute wait at the most. This is hard to see, but on the carousel right now, the Mad Hatter and Belle are both on it. And I have seen Belle on it with the Beast before, but I have never seen the Mad Hatter on the carousel before. But there he goes, having fun, waving at guests. As you can see here on the app, the wait times have stayed low for the things that I thought they'd stay low for, and they've gotten to a decent amount of wait for the bigger rides, but they're all the things I've been on. So none of the waits are too bad. I'm pretty happy with how I've done this. We are on the road to success for this rope drop strategy of the Fantasyland Core. I made it on at 9:24, so a longer wait than I was hoping for, but still on pace to do things in an efficient manner, and here we go. Now that I'm off of Casey Jr., I am going to make my way to another ride. I think the next logical choice is between either Mr. Toad or Snow White, and I think I'm going to go Mr. Toad. That one's a little slower to load, a little bit of a slower line, and it doesn't look too long yet. It's 9:31, and the wait time says it's 10 minutes, and I'm getting in line for Mr. Toad. 9:43, just got on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeehaw!
There you go, that is all.
I just got off Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and now I'm going to head right across to Snow White, which I believe says it has a 10-minute wait, so hopefully that'll be quick, and here we go. Got in line for Snow White at 9:46. I just boarded at 10:01, so a little more than 15 minutes. Not too bad. Here I go. It is now 10:04. I'm getting in line for Pinocchio's Daring Journey, and I think my time luck has run out. The lines are now getting quite long. Got this, and then the Carousel and the Teacups. Neither of those should take long, so probably be done around 10:30. The app says that it's a 30-minute wait, which is quite long. I don't think it's going to be quite that long. I just boarded at 10:17, so it only took about 10, 12 minutes as opposed to the 30 the app said, so much better. Here I go.
You're almost there.
I thought Pinocchio was going to take a lot longer than it did, but that was good. I'm now getting in line for the carousel at 10:21. I have boarded the carousel. I walked right onto it. They started loading a round as I walked in, so I made it on this one. So no wait, it's 10:22 now, and we're about to get going. So that was a win. Here I go. It is 10:29, just made it off of the carousel, and now getting in line for the teacups. The app says it has a 5-minute wait, and this usually moves pretty quick, so hopefully I'll be on shortly, and then I'm done with everything in Fantasyland Core for this rope drop challenge. It's 10:36, just made it onto the teacups. Not too long of a wait, pretty quick, and after this, I'll be all done. Here I go. Whee! Whoa. I am all done. It is 10:40, so it took me 2 hours and 40 minutes to get through everything in Fantasyland. I think overall I did pretty well. Looking back on how the morning went, I'm not really sure what I would have done terribly differently. Maybe I would have gone on Peter Pan a little bit later and not first thing, so that I could have taken advantage of some of the shorter lines a little bit earlier, but nothing grew excessively long for the things that I put off. Let me show you real quick what the wait times are now at 10:40. So as you can see, the lines have gotten quite long here. So if you look and add up the first 4 things I went on, so that's Peter Pan, Dumbo, the Storybook Land Boats, and Alice in Wonderland. If you add them all up, that's 110 minutes. That's just shy of 2 hours to go on those 4 rides if you did that right now, assuming the wait times stay the same. And I did all of those, I think, in just about an hour. I think I was off of the 4th one of those at 9:05, so an hour and 5 minutes. So overall, you definitely want to take advantage of those ones that get longer quicker and do those first. Otherwise, you can adapt this strategy to make the most sense for you. So if you're looking to maximize your day with rope drop, you definitely want to have a plan. I think that I would call this Fantasyland plan a success. I was able to do everything in the core of Fantasyland. The only things in Fantasyland I didn't do were the Matterhorn and It's a Small World. Matterhorn happens to be closed today, so couldn't have gone on that anyway. And It's a Small World lists a 20-minute wait, and that only grows as the day goes on, but that would be one that I probably would have done last anyway, or maybe before the carousel and the teacups, and then come back to those last 2 if I was trying to do all of Fantasyland today. But overall, I feel like this was a good strategy. Making sure that you get to the park early. The parking areas open an hour before the earliest park opening time. Most days, Disneyland and California Adventure open at 8 a.m., which means the parking areas all open at 7. That's the Toy Story area and the Mickey and Friends and Pixar Pals parking structures. The turnstiles open around 7:20 to 7:30 every morning when the park opens at 8. And rope drop happens right at 8, or even in today's case, a minute or 2 before 8. So you need to make sure you're getting here early, planning ahead, giving yourself enough time to get up to the front of where they drop the rope. That's what I did, and it was a good strategy. Where I stood for rope drop was right by Frontierland, but as close to the partner statue as I could get. And most people went left through Frontierland to go towards Galaxy's Edge, and I just went straight through the castle towards Peter Pan. So that's definitely a good spot to stand for Fantasyland. Beyond that, I'd love to know what you all think, so let me know in the comments down below what you think I should have done differently, what you do differently. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for even more magical content from here at the Disneyland Resort, and I hope I put you in a magical mood.